excitement. How excited are you, folks? We're about to see two of the greatest roller derby leagues in the world face off against each other. And if you're just now joining us today, we're going to go over a quick little recap of what we saw today. We have game one starting off 10 o'clock this morning. Was it 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock this morning? 12 noon, whatever. Anyway,
it was
game one ended with the Texecutioners taking an impressive win against the Philly Liberty Bells, 209 to 78. Then later on in the day, our game two, we ended with a nice victory by the Dallas Derby Devils with 188 points against the Army of Darkness of 105. Take that back. That was Atlanta with 188 and Dallas Derby Devils with 105. Sorry, I can't read. Also, on game three, the Wheels of Justice had the most impressive win of the day, beating the Liberty Bells 331 to 71. And since we're kicking off game four right now, we're going to do a quick roster read-through. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Texas Roller Girls Texecutioner roster. We're going to start off with number 03, Olivia Shootin' John. Number 07, Jackie Daniels. Number 12, DeBella DeBall. Number 14, Cold Case. Number 15, Trauma. Number 16, Aja Gare. Number 202, Freight Train. Number 22, Polygon. Number 27, Peace War. Number 33, Gravy Baby. Number 34, Bo Jacksons. Number 42, Alley Oops. Number 420, Stone Her. Number 45, Angela Momentum. Number 5, Smarty Pants. Number 7, 9 Lives. And number 82, Marizy Livin'.
And in the blue, the Atlanta Roller Girls, Dirty South Derby Girls, number 12, Rebel Yellow, number 1408, Instant Karma, number 143, Baller Shot Caller, number 1701, Jean-Juc Picard, number 1849, Owl B. Merciless, number 1962, Human Missile Crisis, number 21, Blackjack, number 213, Aphrodite, number 23, Mattitude Adjustment. Number 247, Slams Mackenzie. Number 31, Erica Baduzzi. Number 32, Eiffel Power. Number 33, Troublemaker. Number 48, Dr. Evil. Number 50, Jam Munition. Number 504, Natty Longlegs. 564, Saiku. 602, Molecule. 718, Lux Furious. And 76, Queen Luzia Tifa.
And number 202, Freight Train, is your lead jammer. And she's taking on Aphrodite with Atlanta Roller Girls. Freight Train gets knocked out of bounds, but quickly resets, wraps her hips around how many skaters? One skater. 1 point on the board for Texecutioners, which means first blood goes to Texas. Here we are, starting off the jam line, we have Olivia Shootin' John, and she's going to take on Slams McKenzie with Atlanta Roller Girls.
And we are underway with Jam 2.
That's right, Slams McKenzie taking the inside line, gets bumped out by Olivia Shootin' John. Both jammers reset, fight their way, working their way around turn one of our track. Olivia Shootin' John stumbles in the inside line, and she is your lead jammer, Texas.
Olivia Shootin' John saw a little lane on the inside of turn 2 and took off to the races.
That's right, and trip off to Pointsville with her first scoring pass with a 5 in the sky for Texas. With one of the Atlanta Roller Girls waved off the track, Texas has a pack advantage and a point advantage as OJ picks up another Grand Slam.
Executioners getting out to a fat, nice jump around the Atlanta defender. Executioners getting out to a good start in their first two jams, 15-0.
Want to give a quick shout out and thank you to Snarl Sagan and Slate Technology for producing our live feed today. If you're watching at home on the live feed, thanks to Slate Technology and Snarl Sagan. The link to the live feed, if you want to tell your friends about it, is on the SweatFest Facebook page.
I'd like to thank the UNO Lakefront Arena for getting the air conditioner back on today.
Well, I think we'd all like to thank that.
It's a little sweaty in this fest. Here you have jamming for Texecutioners. It's number 33, Gravy Baby.
Jamunition for Atlanta. And it is Jamunition.
I guess you can say she was locked and loaded and ready to go, right, Stash?
She's rocking and rolling, and right now looking to get some points, calling off the jam. And that puts the Dirty South Derby girls right on the board.
That's right. We have a score update, 15-3, Texas over Atlanta with 26 and a half minutes left of the first period. Back at the jam line, we have number 202, Freight Train with Texas. We also have Troublemaker, number 33, with Atlanta Roller Girls. For those of you that's brand new to roller derby, our jammers with the ones with the stars on the helmet, they're in charge of scoring points. The first pass through the pack only determines the lead jammer. Freight Train, of course, is your lead jammer, as signaled by our referee who's pointing to her.
And nice move by Freight Train. Kind of made an inside fake juke to the outside and did a one-skate pirouette over on turn 2. Called off the jam. Extra points for style for Freight Train.
Absolutely, and our folks back home who's never seen roller derby, Freight Train got that lead jammer status, managed to pick up 3 points by passing 3 opposing blockers, and then called it off before Atlanta could score any points. That's the privilege of being lead jammer. The first jammer to break out of the pack without committing any penalties will become lead jammer, and they start scoring points when they reach the pack the second time.
Here we have Instant Karma's gonna get you for Atlanta, and jamming for Texecutioners, Olivia Shootin' John.
That's right. I think Instant Karma's going to get everyone except OJ, as she is your lead jammer, Texas. Here you have Olivia Shootin' John going hip first into that wall of blue. And she's also getting a whole bunch of help from Polygon as she's giving her a little bit of offensive blocking to Atlanta. Here we have OJ shrugs off a huge hit, shakes it off, and gets knocked on the infield twice in a row by Lux Furious.
Stoner giving the Atlanta jammer the ride at the end of that jam.
And one of the things we just witnessed too, Atlanta's jammer passed the star to Mattitude adjustment, the pivot for Atlanta. The pivot can actually become the jammer if the jammer passes the star to the pivot. That's why they wear the stripe on their helmet. That's that blocker's privilege. She can become the jammer, but she can't call it off, though. Here we have formerly at the jam line for Atlanta Roller Girls is number 213, Aphrodite. It looks like she's taking on Allie Oops with Texas.
Both jammers looking for a little daylight, not finding much.
Here we have towards the front of the pack, we have Trauma trying to disrupt Atlanta wall for Allie as she's trying to break through, completing her initial pass. Allie just smells that lead jammer status, and she earns it. She is your lead jammer
Holy
for Texas.
schmooky, she just took off.
Allie Oops tears right through the center of that pack and puts another shave and a haircut on the board for Texas. Look at that shaking off a hit and going the rest of the way untouched. Another grand slam, 5 points on the board for Texas.
That's 3 in a row, isn't it?
That is 3 in a row. Actually, there's 2 in a row. She's 10 points total. Jackie Daniels, however, got whistled off the track stash. One powerful blocker down for Texas.
Blocker advantage for Atlanta. And it looks like your jammer of record is now Blackjack.
That's right. That was the third star pass we saw for Atlanta in this game.
That star pass just got completed. Good track awareness by the Texecutioners. Saw that it was happening, called the jam off. What you got for us, PR?
I want to talk to y'all about Flux Massage and Wellness. Tara Masseuse, she's a mobile massage therapist, holistic health coach, and doTERRA advocate based out of the Nashville metro area. But she is here this weekend at SweatFest over by the back portal over there. So if you're feeling kind of rough, feeling kind of knotted up, go visit her for some therapy there. $1 a minute, 15-minute max.
Here we have jamming for Texas. We have Freight Train taking the inside line, breaks through, and she is your lead jammer once again for Texecutioners. Texecutioners gets a little bit of escort from Polygon towards the front of the pack. However, gets pushed on the inside, quickly recycles herself to avoid a track cut, which is passing out of bounds in roller derby.
And this will be a power jam for the Texecutioners. Slams McKenzie got called for a track cut, which will give Freight Train a 30-second power jam. And if anybody knows anything about Freight Train, you do not want to give up the power jam to Freight Train.
Kudos to Atlanta. It took Freight Train an entire minute to start capitalizing on this jam. 2 scoring passes already in. However, the 10th point on the board, compliments of Freight Train.
Looking for more.
Oh my, here we have a track cut on Slams McKenzie. It looks like she tried to ride a block with a spin move. Part of her wheel hit the inside line, however. So that is passing out of bounds in roller derby. So power jam time for Texas.
And that's back-to-back power jams for the Texecutioners. Freight Train dancing through on the inside, Penny Lane.
That's right. That was 20 points total earned by Freight Train, and we have a team timeout called by Atlanta.
And let's hear about another great sponsor for SweatFest 2017, Helm Paint and Decorating. They're sponsoring our warm-up track here this weekend. Helm Paint and Decorating provides quality Benjamin Moore paint, paint supplies, and equipment for residential or commercial jobs and interior designers. They're sponsoring our warm-up track, like we said. They have 3 locations in New Orleans, along with stores in Metairie, Mandeville, and Hammond. You can visit them online at helmpaint.com for more info. Also want to talk about another great sponsor, Ferret Market, a place for neighbors to meet, relax, and find unique items. Ferret Market is an important part of the Renaissance on Ferret Street here in New Orleans. They're open on the first Saturday of every month except for June, July, and August at Ferret Street and Napoleon Avenue. So check out Ferret Market when they reopen for the fall.
Here we have back at the jam line, we have Olivia Shootin' John, also known to her teammates and the rest of the derby world, OJ. The OJ that's never been in jail. Here we have Olivia Shootin' John smacking right in the back of a nice 3-wall. Pack gets spread out like butter on the track, and she is your lead jammer. One Atlanta Roller Girl is being whistled off for an out-of-play block. It looks like she was a little too far out from that 20-foot engagement zone from the pack.
And while Olivia Shootin' John is ringing up some points, the penalty to Atlanta is now over. To the power jam anyway. Blocker's still in the box.
Looks like OJ got tangled up with her teammate Trauma. Gets quickly recycled on the second straightaway. Manages to wrap her hips around 2 people before calling it off. 7 points total, compliments of OJ. Score update 63-3. 63-3. Texas over Atlanta. 19 minutes left of the game.
I want to remind everybody about our raffle going on this weekend. Great prizes in this raffle. A goodie bag from Bruce Boutique, who has a table here in our vendor village. And a big one, 2 tickets to the WFTDA Championships in Philadelphia. Also, you get half of the total raffle money. So drawing will be Sunday. $1 for each ticket or 6 for $5.
And back to action. Alley Oops jamming for the Texecutioners. Jammunition jamming for Atlanta. And it is Alley Oops.
That's right. Alley Oops, one of the newest members of the Texecutioners. Here we have Alley Oops goes hip first into a wall of blue. Manages to weave, swerve, and oop, 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 goes oops on the inside line. Quickly resets. Oh my, but Alley Oops did pick up a track cut, so this is a power jam in favor of Atlanta, Stash. And
Not
this
so
is
fast.
exactly
Not
what
so
they
fast. Alley Oops is being asked to return to the track.
That's right. It looks like Cataclysm. Cataclysm has retracted the track cut call. So Alley Oops is still the lead jammer, a record. She quickly called it off after putting another 5 points, a grand slam on the board. Speaking of, I would like to give a huge round of applause and a kudos to our officiating staff. The men and women of black, white, and pink, and some of them black too. Just depends what they want to wear. So thank you so much, officials. Thank you really isn't a big enough word to all y'all. Thank you. Back in the action, Freight Train with Texas. And we have Troublemaker with Atlanta.
Troublemaker for Atlanta, and Troublemaker is the lead jammer. Troublemaker gets through, rings up 4 points, calls off the jam. PR Armageddon, what you got for us?
I want to talk about Juan's Flying Burrito, a truly unique New Orleans-style Mexican joint with creative interpretations of traditional dishes from both cultures. Come discover our unique atmosphere. Hecho in Nola, Juan's Flying Burrito, located at 4724 South Carrollton in Mid-City and 515 Barone in the CBD. Online at juansflyingburrito.com.
And thank you, PR. We are back to action. Olivia Shootin' John jamming for Texecutioners. Instant Karma jamming for Atlanta. And your lead jammer is none other than Olivia Shootin' John.
That's right. Here we have OJ pushing up against a wall of 2 with a brace from Atlanta. Here we have Texecutioners with a pack resetting. Olivia Shootin' John doing a little bit of push carding, gets a little bit of assist from her teammate with another 5 in the sky for Texas. Here we have Olivia Shootin' John wedging her way, gets knocked on the outside line of the second straightaway. Manages to spin around the last blocker, I believe, and puts another 5 points on the board for Texas.
And right at the end of that jam, we had a star pass, the Mattitude adjustment. And we are ready for our next jam for the Texecutioners, Gravy, baby. And for Atlanta, that is Aphrodite. Aphrodite is your lead jammer. She just slipped right on through the pack. just about did it again, but the 3-wall for Texecutioners standing fast.
That's right. We have Allie Oops still on the first straightaway as she puts up with the wall of blue. Oh, takes the inside line, but we all saw what just happened, folks. This could be trouble for Allie. Bench signals to Allie, hey, you dropped your helmet cover, so she did not get credit for that last pass.
But Aphrodite did. That's a slam Del Grande for the Dirty South Derby girls. PR Mageddon, what you got for us?
Let's talk about Whole Foods Market at Arabella Station, located on historic Magazine Street here in gorgeous, delicious, and fabulous New Orleans. Housed in the old Arabella Streetcar Barn, they're one of the top destinations for food lovers here in New Orleans. Check out Whole Foods Market at Arabella Station.
Here we are. We're starting this jam with a 4-on-3 pack advantage for Atlanta as Trauma is sitting in the box. Freight Train jamming for the Texies. And Slams McKenzie.
Slams McKenzie jamming for Atlanta.
Slams
No
McKenzie picks up a no pass, no penalty. Freight Train, your lead jammer. Freight Train went ahead and threw that jam away. 0-0 for both teams on that last jam. We're approaching jam 14 with a score update.
12
Texas
minutes.
78, Atlanta 12, with 12 and a half minutes left for the first period.
And we are lined up for our next jam. Olivia shooting John for Texas.
Here we have Jammunition for Atlanta. Gets stuck right behind. Jackie Daniels springs forward. However, OJ is your lead jammer, taking advantage of that inside line.
In this period, Olivia shooting John has gotten lead jammer 100% of the time. Every time she's come up, she has gotten lead.
Here we have
Mr.
Olivia shooting John, push cart in the pack as far as possible, as far as they can get spread across the track. 5 points on the board for Texas. She rips through and puts another 4 points on the board. We have 9 points total score update, 87-12. Texas over Atlanta with 11 minutes left of the first period.
I want to talk about Sailor's Cross, the highest quality custom tattooing in a clean, welcoming, and laid-back environment. Sailor's Cross is also a current full-time art gallery for walk-in and walk-through business. Check them out at 5010 Ferret Street, online at sailorcross.com, or give them a call at 504-510-3035.
Here we have jamming for Texas. It's number 33, Allie Boots, and she's taking on number 33, Troublemaker, with Atlanta.
You're not seeing double, folks. 2 33s are on the jam line. And the 33 that gets lead is Gravy, baby.
Here you have Gravy skating on through untouched with 5 points on the board. She gets bumped out of bounds, quickly calls it off.
Good hustle by Troublemaker at the end on that jam, trying to eke out a couple extra points. And we will line up to do our next jam. 2 words, Freight Train.
It looks like she's taken on Instant Karma from Atlanta, and Freight Train is your lead jammer.
Freight Train is such a power player. Freight Train looking for a little daylight to get through the Atlanta pack. Gets a couple of points, calls off the jam. Good heads-up play because Atlanta was about to come around and make a score. Pierre Armageddon, what do you have for us, sir?
I have a great place called Urban South Brewery where fast pace meets laid back, where charm and grit mingle, and where everything's shared. Meals, laughter, and our homes. Honoring modern Southern values with worthy and daring beers. Check out Urban South Brewery, 1645 Chapatula Street here in NOLA, or online at urbansouthbrewery.com.
And TJ, earlier I mentioned that Olivia Shootin' has a 100% lead jam rate. Also, no, I just lost it. Never mind. The stats updated.
Stash.
Okay.
Here we have number 213.
Alley-oops. Okay, that is
Aphrodite.
right. Alley-oops is also at 100%. We'll see if that continues.
Here
And
we have alley-oops still pushing on the 2-wall as a huge jammer assist from Polygon. We have a clockwise block on number 76 with Atlanta, Queen Lucia Tifa. One major blocker down for Atlanta, and we have another major blocker down for Texas as Stoner gets whistled off the track. 3-on-3.
both teams down a blocker. There should be a little open skating room, and alley-oops.
Great job by Atlanta. It took nearly a minute and a half for alley-oops to pick up that lead jammer status. Ooh.
Ooh, let the bodies hit the floor. Alley-oops goes flying.
And it looks like she clipped the skate of another skater, went flying, however, shakes off a really bad fall on turn 3.
Coming up with 6.5 minutes to go in the first period, your score, Texas 103, Atlanta 12. Pierre Armageddon, what do you have for us, sir?
I have a place to go if you're looking for somewhere to go after the action today. Check out Finn McCool's Irish Pub. Voted the best neighborhood bar in New Orleans. No matter the match, you'll always find supporters for your side at Finn's Slancha, located at 3701 Bank Street here in New Orleans.
Here we have Olivia Shootin' taking on Slams McKenzie. Slams McKenzie does a double apex hop, and she is your lead jammer, Atlanta.
Slams McKenzie, that was just beautiful footwork. Just to stay in bounds on turn 1 and then complete the apex hop over on turn 2.
Here we have Slams McKenzie earning 3 points on that last pass before calling it off. So here we have, I believe Slams McKenzie has actually picked up a track cut. So it looks like this next jam is going to be a power start in favor of Texas. And it looks like we also have a team timeout called by Texas as well.
I'd like to talk to you about Good Work Marketing, a local and digitally forward creative agency offering focused brand research. Good Work Marketing creates remarkable experiences across a variety of platforms, and they engage customers with thoughtful, creative print and web design. They move brands forward. They're located here in New Orleans at 8120 Oak Street. Give them a call at 504-895-2794 or visit them online at goodworkmarketing.com.
I'd like to give a special shout out to our hosting league, the Big Easy Roller Girls, for putting on this second annual event. Give it up for Big Easy, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, they couldn't be playing a game this weekend. They had to use all their time and effort and energy just to put on this event for these amazing teams here this weekend. So thank you so much, Big Easy, for everything that you put into this. It certainly doesn't go unnoticed. Here we have number 33, Gravy Baby, is your lead jammer, as Slanus McKenzie is still in the box serving that penalty box time for that track cut. Here we have Allie.
Queen Lose Your Tifa just absolutely clobbered Gravy Baby skating into that pack.
Here you have Gravy Baby gets knocked in the infield, quickly resets and starts all over again.
We are in the waning minutes of period 1. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. 103-14, Texas all over the Dirty South Derby girls from Atlanta.
That's right. We're a minute 15 into this jam. Still no points on the board yet. And it looks like we have a successful star pass on behalf of Atlanta.
And
Magnitude adjustment, now the jammer a record. However, Magnitude adjustment picks up a track cut. So a blocker advantage for Atlanta and a jammer advantage for Texas as that jam runs dry. It looks like we're going to start off as a power start in favor of Texas Roller Girls. 108-114, Texas over Atlanta with 3.5 minutes left of the first half.
I want to talk to you about Brews Boutique, located over in our vendor village. They're the largest brick-and-mortar roller derby shop in the world, with locations here in Greater New Orleans and in Boston. They're a full-service shop specializing in custom skate setups and packages for fresh meat to veteran skaters. Visit our booth here at SweatFest for more details on Brews Boutique.
And back to action here. Olivia Shootin' John, your lead jammer for Texecutioners. She's trying to slide through the pack, and Atlanta doesn't want to have anything to do with it.
That's right. OJ just slammed right into the front of Instant Karma, bounces right off. However, gets escorted out of bounds by Blackjack from Atlanta.
Blackjack doing what Blackjack does.
Blackjack recycling OJ all the way back to the jammer line. She was going face-to-face to Rebel Yellow from Atlanta, now putting up with a 2-wall. Here we have Aja Gare getting a little bit of assist to OJ. However, she gets whistled off the track as well as OJ puts up another 5 points on the board for Texas.
And Olivia Shootin' John just ran over one of the Atlanta blockers.
OJ rides a block from Blackjack, putting another grand slam up for Texas. She tears right through an impressive 4-wall set up by Atlanta, puts up another 4 points, 14 points total, compliments of Olivia Shootin' John.
And good hustle by Peace War at the end of that jam. Putting a big hit right as the jam expired. She's put in some good heavy blocking the last couple of rounds. Pierre Armageddon, what you have for us, sir?
Real quickly, Bayou Hot Wings, located on 6221 South Claiborne, across from Yeoman Stadium. Hot wings, burgers, sides, and more. Check out Bayou Hot Wings.
Here we have Jammunition jamming for Atlanta. Freight Train with the Texecutioners. With Aja Gare back on track, we have a full complement of skaters. Jammunation does some nice juking and jiving around that Texas 4-wall, and she is your lead jammer. Ammunition does a nice little spin move on the out, picks up 1 point for Atlanta with a score update, 122-15, Texas over Atlanta with less than 20 seconds left of the period clock.
And we'll see if we have another jam in this period.
All right, no one called a timeout. And according to the WFTDA, you have to have at least 30 seconds on the clock in order to have one extra jam, unless you call a timeout. And I don't believe anyone actually called a timeout. Our scoreboard does say halftime right now, and I didn't hear a whistle from a referee. Yeah, there it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, evidently it's halftime. Here we have score update 122-15, Texas over Atlanta. And we're going to be back in just under 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around, check out that food truck, sing some DIY karaoke, buy a brownie from Brutalicious. But we're going to be right back.
Oh, yeah, we will.
Also, remember to buy your raffle tickets for that goodie bag from Bruce Boutique and a chance to win 2 tickets to the WFTDA Championships in Philadelphia. And
What about Rose City, huh?
We are back to action. Gravy Baby jamming for Texas. Jammunition jamming for Atlanta. And look at the three wall for Texas. Knocks Jammunition out of bounds. That is Polygon doing some hard blocking work, assisted by Smarty Pants. I didn't see who the third player of that three wall was. Jam ends, no points scored. Pierre Armageddon, what do you have for us?
Shout out to our friends, New Orleans Brass Roller Derby. They're a flat track roller derby team located here in New Orleans. Proud members of the MRDA. For more information on joining Brass, the first competitive men's roller derby team in the Gulf South region, stop by their merch table over there in the vendor village here at SweatFest, or contact them on Facebook or email them at info.nolabrassrd@gmail.com.
Here we have back in the action with Freight Train with Texas. It was another photo finish. However, Atlanta's jammer, Slams McKenzie, is your lead jammer. She calls it off. Twin City Knockers, let's hear ya. All right, let's get out of Louisiana just for a second. Do we have any Mississippi roller girls in the house tonight?
How about Capital City Roller Girls? I know you're here.
And of course, Magnolia Roller Vixens.
We are back to action. Alley Oops jamming for Texas. Troublemaker jamming for Atlanta.
Here we have Alley Oops getting taken out by Magnitude Adjustment on the inside line. Alley Oops now stuck behind an impressive three roll.
A grinding three wall at that. Good job by the Atlanta blockers.
Natty Longlegs offers a little bit of offense for her jammer. Here we have Rebel Yellow with Atlanta getting whistled off. One blocker down for Atlanta. And that lead jammer status awarded to the Atlanta Roller Girls.
Took a full minute to get a lead jammer in that jam.
Troublemaker quickly calls it off, puts 4 points on the board for Atlanta Roller Girls with a score update, 149-23. Texas over Atlanta with 19 and a half minutes left of the game. All right, let's get down to it. Let's hear you, Cajun Roller Girls, huh? All three of y'all showed up. We're so happy.
And we are back to action. Olivia Shootin' jamming for Texas, and she has one person to beat. Sweet toe stop 360 pirouette on turn 2. Olivia Shootin' is your lead jammer, and Blackjack got the star pass, but jam was called. Pierre Armageddon, what do you have for us, sir?
I want to talk about Corporate Lighting and Audio. They are contractors supplying audio, video, and lighting installations, as well as set design and rentals. Corporate Light and Audio provides audio equipment for many Big Easy Roller Girls events. If you want to talk to them about what they can do for you, contact them at 504-837-3947 or visit them at www.corplighting.com.
We are back to action for Atlanta. Aphrodite is jamming, but your lead jammer from Texas, Freight Train.
That's right. Freight Train just rode the block from Blackjack, sent her rocketing to Lee Jammerville. Freight Train does another nice little apex hop and a skip and a jump.
I don't know how she's getting
another 5
bound.
points. Freight Train managed to wrap her hits around one more skater before calling it off. Let's bring it closer to home. Let's hear the Big Easy Roller Girls second line Big team. Let's hear ya. 2L, give them hell. That's what we say. Big Easy All-Stars, let them hear ya. What about the Big Easy alumni, huh?
Yeah, we do have some of those.
I can go ahead and say it. Yeah!
And we are back to action. Gravy Baby jamming for Texas. Jammunition, your lead jammer for Atlanta.
That's right. Gravy Baby getting a huge forearm, however, from number 76 with Atlanta, Queen Lucia Tifa. She's going to be sitting in the sim bin for the next 30 seconds.
And that's the end of that jam. Looks like Atlanta got 4 points on that last pass, which brings the score to 159 Texas, Atlanta 27. PR Armageddon, what do you have for us?
Yes, indeed. Dr. Shoemaker and Shoemaker Chiropractic. Choosing the right chiropractor is an important choice to make. Dr. Shoemaker and his staff are trained in the latest chiropractic treatments and technology. Call in for an appointment today at 504-271-6500.
And we are back to action. Coming up on the midway point of the second period, Slams McKenzie jamming for Atlanta, but your lead jammer for Texas is Freight Train.
That's right. Freight Train skating right through untouched, quickly calls it off and puts another 4 points on the board.
Look.
All right, let's hear Big Easy's brother league, New Orleans Brass Roller Derby. Let them hear you. New Orleans Brass, come on. That's right. The very next event, I believe, the very next game is against New Orleans Brass and the Big Easy Roller Girls next month. Right here at the Lakefront Arena, and hopefully our air conditioner won't go out and hopefully won't be struck by lightning again.
Right now we have a jam underway with Olivia Shootin' John, your lead jammer for Texas. Troublemaker trying to complete her initial pass. Olivia Shootin' John goes airborne.
That was a beautiful apex jump, taking off on her left skate, landing it on her right.
And again, back-to-back, Air John.
I was actually expecting her to do it a third time.
I wouldn't have been surprised.
She didn't even need to, putting up her 15th point on the board, bringing Texas up to 178.
From downtown, didn't stick the landing. So Olivia Shootin' John is 2 out of 3 on apex jumps on this jam alone. I call that a pretty good jam.
But even on the apex jumps she doesn't land, she still makes them look so cool.
And frankly, I thought she was going to stick the landing. I really did. Atlanta calls a timeout. Mr. PR Armageddon, what do you have for us?
And at our vendor village, right next to our friends at the New Orleans Brass, are our friends at Apex Derby Designs. Go visit Ice Wolf and Richard Envy if you want to get your hands on Derby's newest status symbol. Let them upgrade your Derby swag both on and off the track. ADD is here making custom stickers on site and taking orders for custom powder coatings for skate plates, cups, bottles, and so much more. So go check out their table over there in the vendor village. Learn more about what Apex Derby Designs can do to trick out your stuff.
Let's see how loud we can get in this place, okay? Let me hear from the fans in the balcony. Just scream your heads off right now, just randomly. The folks in the balcony, go ahead. Give it up for yourselves. Give it up for everybody. Let's hear you. The folks in the balcony. Come on, come on, come on. All right, let's hear it from the folks in the crash zone area. Come on, folks. Crash zone wins.
It really wasn't close. Our jam timer says 5 seconds, and I believe him.
Freight train jamming for the Texecutioners, picking up that lead jammer status before even crossing the 10-foot marker. Nice job by Freight Train. Freight Train does a nice little break and a juke and a turn. Looks like she picked up a nice 4 points on that last path. The 5th point not earning because of a no pass, no penalty. Here you have Freight Train scoots on by, puts another grand slam on the board for Texas. And we had a star pass to Blackjack of Atlanta, now the jammer of record, as she gets tangled up with one of the skaters from the Texecutioners. Texecutioners 2 blockers down, 4-on-2 pack advantage for Atlanta.
That was Smarty Pants Blackjack was getting tangled up with. And Smarty Pants says hello again.
Here we have Freight Train quickly resetting after getting bumped in the infield. Atlanta setting up a nice 3-wall. Braced by Queen Luzatifa. Smarty Pants races to the front, disrupts the wall, gives a nice little offensive blocking to Freight Train. Blackjack breaks through with another 4 points for Atlanta. That was an impressive 16-point jam by Texas and 4 points on the board for Atlanta. 198-31 Texas over Atlanta with 11.5 minutes left of the game.
Why does ABC Title use Scary Fast as their slogan? Because they're proud to offer express DMV services, professional and friendly transactions to all customers. Visit ABC Title at 2500 LaPalco Boulevard, number 2 in Harvey, and 6820 Vets in Metairie.
Here we have Jam for Texas. We have Gravy Baby taking on number 50 Jammunition with Atlanta Roller Girls. Here we have Jammunition.
Look at
stuck behind
Atlanta's.
Jackie Daniels and Polygon and getting pushed over by Debella the Ball.
Look at Atlanta's 3 walls still holding back Gravy Baby.
Oh, a huge takeout. I believe Polygon took out Jackie Daniels, attempting to take out Jammunition. It happens. Our merch table's enjoying the action.
And
looks like we had a double power slide on the outfield of turn 1.
And looks like we have an official review being called. Mr. P.R. Armageddon, do you have anything for us?
I do, Mr. Merkin. Let's talk about Faux Pas Prints, screen printed and embroidered apparel for hundreds of events, fundraisers, schools, teams, Fortune 500 companies, and more. Faux Pas Prints is a full-service screen printing company, been around since 1993. Located at 620 Papworth Avenue in Metairie. Give them a call at 504-834-8342 or visit them online at fauxpasprints.com. Also want to remind everybody to mark your calendars July 13th through 15th, 2018, right here in New Orleans, the 12th annual Running of the Bulls, put on by NOLA Bulls. San Fermin in Nueva Orleans is a homage to the world-famous Encierro of Pamplona, Spain, with more than 18,000 runners and roller bulls from all over the world coming in. More than 400 skaters, including members of your Big Easy Roller Girls, but as you said, skaters from all over the world coming to take part in the running of the bulls. So mark your calendars, July 13th through 15th. Don't miss it. More info at nolabulls.com.
What feedback on the action track?
Okay, on our official review there, Texas was looking to get a cut track call on the Atlanta Jammer on the last lap of the last jam, and after review by our referees, the penalty will be enforced. So a power start on this jam for Texas.
It's over. He blew the whistle. We are about to be live.
That's right. Here we have Texas has won the review and has retained a extra review for this period. Score update 198-33. Texas over Atlanta. Just under 10 minutes left, and Alley Oops is her lead jammer. I'm sorry, it's Gravy Baby.
I was about
is
to
your
say
lead
that's
jammer.
Gravy Baby.
Gravy Baby breaking through, picking up another 4 points, or 5 points. Grand slam on the board for Texas.
Another 5 points for Gravy Baby. Executioners continuing their dominance in this game. Current score with under 10 minutes to go in the second period. Texas 208, Atlanta 33.
Here we have Texas setting up shop towards the back of the pack while Jammunition exits into the power jam. 5 points on the board, an extra 5 points on the board for Texas. Compliments of Gravy Baby.
What? What?
Here we have as Gravy Baby pushes a nice three wall towards the front. Texas races up, offering a little bit of offense. That jam gets called off before Jammunition put any more damage on the board. Score update 215-33. Texas over Atlanta, 8 minutes left of the game.
Valera Realty, established in 2008, they embody the New Orleans experience with personal exchange and driven commitment to providing the best service, market knowledge, and active client base. Visit Valera Realty at 4609 Ferret Street here in New Orleans. Call 504-818-6032 or go to valerarealty.com.
Here we have Aphrodite jamming for Atlanta, and Freight Train, your lead jammer for the Texecutioners.
That's right. Freight Train living up to her name, rips right through, does a nice little spin towards the front, puts up another 3 points for Texas. We have a score update, 218-33. Texas over Atlanta, 7 minutes left of the game.
And we are under 7 minutes to go. We have Olivia Shootin' jamming for Texas. Slams McKenzie for Atlanta. Both jammers looking for some daylight. Looks like, yes, Olivia Shootin' got a little daylight on the outside of turn one and shot through there to earn lead jammer.
Yes, she got a nice little hip whip from Marise Livin on that last pass. Here we have Olivia Shootin' trying to get a little bit of an escort from Stoneher. Stoneher leading the way. However, OJ getting pushed out of bounds by Atlanta's blocker. She manages to wrap her hips around the last blocker on the track, picking up 4 points for Texas.
Skate Country West Bank, one of Big Easy Roller Girls' oldest sponsors. They take online bookings for birthdays and private parties. You can visit Skate Country West Bank online at skatecountrywb.com or download their mobile app for Android and Apple devices. They're located at 1100 Terry Parkway in Gretna. You can give them a call at 504-392-2227.
Here we have jamming for Atlanta. We have Troublemaker taking on Freight Train with the Texas Roller Girls. Freight Train gets knocked out by Mattitude adjustment, quickly resets, edges along that inside line, quickly gets back up, and she is their lead jammer. Oh my, oh my. She is not the lead jammer. Freight Train picked up a no pass, no penalty, so that lead jammer status is for Troublemaker. Troublemaker and Freight Train now capitalizing. Troublemaker breaks through on her first scoring pass with 4 points. And 4 points on the board for Freight Train. Troublemaker putting up another 4 points on the board. Your lead jammer, however, not calling off just yet. Looks like she's relying on her team to slow down the Freight Train so she can take full advantage of the momentum that Atlanta has seemed to whip up. Grand slam in the pocket of Troublemaker.
Troublemaker putting points on the board, looking for more.
Oh my, Freight Train, however, gets whistled off the track for a low block. This is a power jam time for Atlanta, and I think this is Freight Train's very first penalty of the day.
And I was just informed by our statistics guy that this is Freight Train's first penalty in the entire game. Thank you, Adam Baum. Been doing a good job with our stats up here, keeping us informed so we can keep you informed. And right now we have under 3.5 minutes to go in this final bout of the evening. 2:30 to 51. Texecutioners in command. Freight Train jamming for Texas. Instant karma for Atlanta. And instant karma's gonna get it.
Here we have Stoner getting whistled off the track. Another blocker down for Texas. 4-on-2 pack advantage. A jammer advantage for Atlanta as well.
That's another.
Instant karma putting another grand slam on the board for Atlanta. Freight Train back on track.
Two and a half minutes to go in this game.
Here you have huge takeout on Polygon. Freight Train passing the start to Polygon, now the jammer of record. Instant karma gets signaled by her bench just to keep on going as she picks up another 4 points for Atlanta.
And we are a minute and a half away from the end of this bout. 2:30 to 60. Texecutioners in charge. Mr. P. Armageddon, what do you have for us, sir?
Well, since we are toward the end of day one here at SweatFest, let me give you another option for after day one. Libations, 12-mile limit, cocktails, cheap beer, barbecue, and cake. That's a good combination. Good times. 12-mile limit located at 500 South Telemachus Street here in New Orleans. Just 4 blocks off the Canal Street line. So go visit 12-mile limit.
And we are back to action. Jam 21. 30 seconds to go in the bout. 234 to 64. And Jam Munition for Atlanta is your lead jammer. Gravy Baby hot on her wheels. And look at the pack speed up. They know.
That's right. Texecutioner's putting up some speed and then putting on the brakes, trying not to be a point for Jam Munition. Gravy Baby, however, breaks through and puts 4 points on the board for Texas. Jam Munition juking and jiving around the pack, gets bumped out by Trauma.
And
here we have
Erica Baduzzi gets called for a clockwise block.
Here we have Gravy Baby. Gravy Baby getting knocked around quite a bit by Molecule. Manages to break through and puts up another 4 points. And here we're on borrowed time, only 20 seconds left of the jam, 0 seconds left of the period.
Good scrappy jamming by Jamunation. She just pushed her way through that pack on that last pass.
That's right, folks. It looks like that's the end of the game. That was an impressive 13-point jam by Texas. A 9-point jam by Atlanta, which brings us to the unofficial score of Texas with 251 points to Atlanta's 73. Still unofficial, but I think it's pretty obvious who actually won the very last game of day one of SweatFest.
And this is just day one. Make sure you come back tomorrow, or we will have a full day again of hard-hitting derby action.
All right, folks, that is the final score. 247 to 73. Texas has taken their second victory of the day here at SweatFest. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the godmothers of flat track roller derby, the Texecutioners. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Georgia, give it up for the Atlanta Roller Girls. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to close it out. I'm DJ TJ, and this is Stash Merkins.
And that is DJ TJ, and we're going to sign off for now, but we will be back tomorrow.
Tomorrow, our first game at 10 a.m. Philly
What
versus
about Adam?
Dallas. Great way to start off day 2 at SweatFest, so make sure you're back here. Doors open at 9 a.m., so get here and get in early to get a seat for that matchup. And we have 5 games on the slate for tomorrow, including at 2 p.m., a unique little twist on Derby we're calling Troller Derby, involving some of your Big Easy roller girls, so be here for that.
I'm looking forward to that one.
It's going to be a blast. Thank you all for coming for day 1. We'll see you all here bright and early tomorrow for Day 2, SweatFest 2017.
And quick thank you one more time to Adam Baum for keeping our stats for us. Doing an excellent job keeping us announcers in the know.
Just to let everybody know, if you haven't visited to get your massages in from Flux Massage and Wellness, she will be here till 8 p.m.